So hey everybody, welcome to Masks Titan. This is issue 3. And in issue 3, we're going to open up with our characters in a moment. Masks Titans is a 8-part game that I'm running on the Gauntlet. It is set in an environment sort of like, I suppose, Young Justice, Teen Titans, that we have characters who are coming of age, and there is a world, and the DC-like heroes of the world that we're in above them, mentoring them and trying to keep them on the straight and narrow. So we're going to open up into a direct scene here. We are playing, just to remind people, in the Gauntlet's inclusivity policy. We are using lines and veils and X-Card and script change as our safety and support tools. These are really important, even in a slightly light-hearted game like Mass, to make sure that we're all being safe and caring to each other as players. So our cover is opened by the avid reader, and we see the first page of the team, and they are in the Titans training facility. And I think the first thing I want to understand is PopinJay, well, as a team leader, what scenario have you chosen for the team to fight in this environment?
This scenario revolves around simultaneously protecting innocent targets from being damaged while we're engaged in fighting the combat. So it's about trying to keep our awareness on keeping the population safe while we're doing our thing.
Excellent. Tank, who are you facing?
I wasn't here for the first big rumble, but what are Bancho's minions like? What's her?
Bancho's minions are the Sukebon girls. These Japanese schoolgirls in super long dresses with wooden swords and chains.
That's super cool. All right, yeah, I think we're fighting Madame Bancho and her minions.
Okay. So that leads us into I think let's go to Jerry and Papillon at that point. And what's been set up to make this specifically an emotionally intense scenario for Papillon?
I think the illusory training ground looks like his brother's college campus.
Mm-hmm. B cubed. What cool set pieces has Bobby B already framed out at the in this environment, ready to pull off some cool moves?
He's got a number of things that, if you look closely, look like gymnastic equipment, but he has very cleverly disguised them, maybe more cleverly than anyone might have imagined, as like street objects and home decor and things, like a mix of different environments one might fight in, so that he can test out what will stand up to taking a beating object-wise, if he needs it.
Awesome. And someone's just thrown something funny but not repeatable, probably on camera, into the chat window there. So okay, so Glitch, what in this setup is technically vulnerable to you?
What is technically vulnerable to me? I think Glitch realizes that the kind of the if you want to call it the power grid operating through here, just like the way the kind of electrical wiring is kind of set up on this kind of training area. Something that, you know, in the midst of the training, if I needed to kind of tap into and kind of shut down or blow or overpower any of the kind of electrical circuitry, that's something that would be quickly accessible to me.
Excellent. So as we flip the page of the first panel, we can see all of the Titans assembled, but Peregrine and the Silver Sentinel are watching down on the danger room and the simulation. Peregrine says, "This is a we have hostages, we have innocents on the campus who have not been able to clear." And this, so Madame Bancho is in a blackmail situation. Go. And we see Madame Bancho standing on top of, in the college environment, there's a clock tower, and she's standing there looking down. Yeah. So, paint that scene for me, Papillon. What does it look like to see Madame Bancho and I know I wrote that down as you said it, but my handwriting makes no sense then. And her girls.
Yeah. I think she's standing in vile mockery of an assembly. Her gang of gals swinging their chains around these trapped innocents, and Madame Bancho is on this stage like I think chanting like a not a cult leader, but like a hype woman. You know, like we are the future. We are this. We are that. Villain.
And remind me the name. So my handwriting makes no sense. What was the name of her minions?
Oh, it's a Japanese term, so let me type it out. Sukeban. It's a Japanese or feminist style of girl gangs.
Cool. So that being the case, we see some of the Sukeban girls drawing out the chains drawn. They have surrounded or are about to surround someone, but actually let's give PopinJay the opportunity to set the team up before I do any more painting here. But even though it is a simulation, it would count for us entering into. It is contrary for entering a battle against a dangerous foe as a team, because if you screw up in front of the Titans, maybe you won't die, but you're going to get chewed out. So there are consequences. So we will count it as if you're entering a normal team battle environment. Team is currently sitting at 4. So when we enter team battles dangerous foe, team goes up to 2. If the leader has influence over every other teammate and another team, do you have influence over everyone, PopinJay? Is that you might be muted again, Marco?
You are correct. I do not have influence over Tank.
Cool. So we don't get another expointed team. What's the purpose in the fight. Let's keep it quick. Is a purpose in that? Well, has anyone got a purpose in the? Well, let's check with everyone. Just quickly, in one line, everyone's purpose in the fight. Let's go to, as I see you on my screen, Glitch. What's your purpose in the fight?
Glitch is just being direct. My purpose in the fight is to foil Madame Boncho and release the hostages.
Cool. Papillon, what's your intention in the fight?
Same as Glitches.
Tank, what's your intention in the fight?
Tank is terrified of hurting innocent people. So in this case, hurting the hostages by accidentally letting loose too much. So his purpose is not to hurt the hostages.
Okay. PopinJay? In fact, there's no need for me to go any further because that is a different that's a different motivation, right? So we don't get the point of team from that. If any team member mistrusts the leader or the team, speak now and describe why you do. Is your team ill-prepared or off-balance? No. So that is 2 into the team, putting you up to 6.
Captain, we have 7.
Well, if that is the move you've chosen, let's have a moment. So to let everyone know, one of the wishes the team had last time was to feel more like as a team, and now to sort of how working with the Titans was changing them. So I've let everyone choose a move from the protege team, protege playbook as one of their free advance during the game. But let's, because Captain, we went about as a team, add an extra team to the pool and carry +1 forward if you are the leader. So as we have accepted, if we accepted PopinJay as the leader, PopinJay, what I'd like you to define is, what do we notice that is different about PopinJay to reward them for having that move, or define why they've got that move?
Confidence and at least trying to fake it until he makes it, trying to be decisive, and so he's giving out instructions to the team without trying to be bossy, right?
Okay, let's hear some of those instructions. What are they?
I think that we want to have a couple of the group clearing out the bystanders and getting them out of the danger area quickly, and the villain, she doesn't have any kind of technological device, right? It's some kind of chain she's swinging around. Yeah,
Yeah, that's correct.
We're gonna need to engage her directly, and so I'm gonna put myself to tangle up her chains in me and trust in the rest of the group to get me out of that situation. So I'm going into the fight pulling my punches and trying to protect the innocents near her that she's surrounding with the chain.
Got you.
Getting myself wrapped up in her chains.
Okay.
Myself in a vulnerable situation.
Does anyone else want to perform any of moves to sort of frame or assess the situation before we go into Like, for instance, did anyone choose to be mindful of your surroundings, or would anyone like to use things like straight creeping or assess the situation?
I can't hear you, Pearl.
Anybody?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, it must have just gotten a bit loose. Sorry. I took the be mindful of your surroundings move.
Mm-hmm.
And would be happy to try it out.
Okay. So this shows great growth in Bobby B being mindful of the situation. How did Bobby come about getting this move? What's in the training did Bobby realize they could add to the team?
I think the real issue was that he felt like he was almost detracting from the team by not being prepared enough. So I don't even know if he sees this as adding to the team so much as trying to make up for his failings, but he did spend as much time as he could get with Dr. W, learning about telltale signs of villainy, and traps and things like that. And he may not be very smart, but he can memorize things because he's been memorizing choreography for years. So he got down by rote, like a quick way to scan for a bunch of different things in situations.
Okay, so let's roll with your be mindful of your surroundings. This is as assess the situation, but before entering a fight, you can ask one additional question, even
Okay.
on a miss.
Which is good, because I doubt I'm good at this. I'm looking
You're
for...
rolling with superior.
Thank you. No, I don't have my notebook out, but so superior is at 0, so it's a flat roll. And the roll for your party tab I just closed instead of clicking over to it, so I will reopen it, sorry. Still publicly quick Ren, right?
That's correct.
Okay. What if you just opened the link when I clicked on it? Sorry, my internet's a bit slow today. Okay. Oh. Well, as usual, Bobby B fails terribly, despite having worked very hard.
Well, mark potential, but you still get to ask a question. Are you there? Are you speaking, Pearl? I think you might go on mute again.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my computer. That's very odd. I don't know when I went mute, so
I
I'm gonna ask a
didn't hear your
question.
response. Yeah, what question are you going to ask?
What here is the biggest threat? Or is, wait, before I ask that, is it obviously that it's just Madame Boncho?
No.
Okay, so yeah, what here is the biggest threat? Also, yay, I got an advancement from failing, like I always do.
You run through the rotes in your things you need to check for, bang, 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 and you feel that Bobby suddenly realizes that this is just too obvious, and there is likely, knowing Madame Bancho's style, there will be a aha moment as she reveals something that she has ambushed on you. You think there's probably a bomb or equivalent device somewhere in the simulation as well.
All right, so can I communicate that easily to everyone?
Yep.
Then I would do so and just say, like, be on guard for anything that seems even slightly out of place. There may be a bomb.
So glitch and tank are probably the best to find that. Right?
So, if that being the case, if that is what you feel, Glitch and Tank, as two of the heaviest hitters as well. What are you doing? No, hold on, no. I'm switching to Glitch and Tank.
Okay.
So, Tank.
Yeah, so Tank's gonna look over to Bobby, and of course he's in his full armor. So what you're seeing is the Robert Downey Jr. face in the armored helmet shot. But he looks over and says, "Got it, Bobby." And he like takes a 3-point stance, puts his hand on the ground, and then he's gonna like shoot out an EMP pulse to try to knock out any ability to electrically detonate a bomb.
Woohoo! That sounds to me very much like you're trying to unleash your powers.
Yeah, I think so.
Which you're rolling with Freak.
Yeah. That's 7 flat.
Okay.
Actually, sorry. For some reason, my computer always takes a minute to like actually get the correct roll. It's 6 flat.
Dun dun dun. Does
Can I spin team?
Well, yeah, I think you can, but I'd like to give that opportunity to Glitch first because I think it says that Glitch and Tank were together. So, Glitch, would you like to assist in any way?
Yeah. I think that I would do something to activate one more team. I think, you know, since the team is looking to Tank and me to kind of deal with this, I think, you know, Glitch clearly sees what Tank is going to be doing. He's all over that, right? I mean, he would kind of quickly see, oh yeah, there's kind of some type of electromagnetic pulse that he's getting ready to release. And I think Glitch is there kind of right with his knowledge of you know how these pulses work, what they might do in terms of this kind of bomb situation, is kind of clearly providing some technical advice as to the best way to direct this pulse and the kind of key areas where that pulse would best do its you know do its work.
Cool. So I'm marking one down off the team to succeed with that. Your team currently stands at 6. And we are at this moment, because it's a 7 to 9, Tank, you either need to mark a condition or I will tell you the effect is unstable or temporary.
So I think he's going to mark angry because he's frustrated that Glitch is helping him.
I look forward to the ramifications of that after this this scene. Okay, Grang, but it's enough. The EMP takes out that, but not just that. All the lights. It's a strong EMP. All the lights in the area go out as well. You can see the sort of reverberation as it hits the shielding of the danger room, and it sort of becomes slightly unstable, as if you've given out a huge swoop of power. And up in the viewing gantry, you can see Silver Sentinel sort of peering down at the sheer scale of Tank's power. Bang! Let's cut across to Papillon, who we have not heard from yet. What is Papillon doing?
I think since PopinJay was the one who's going to go deal with Madame Boncho, he's there for a second, and I'm going to I don't know if anyone saw this, but this is he doesn't wear a costume. This is a shirt he's wearing in this simulation, and he just I think starts running towards the Sukeban gang, but for a brief moment, ephemeral wings appear on his back. They fold in on him, and he's teleporting and trying to teleport the crowd away from this scene.
Ooh, sounds like you are trying to unleash your powers.
I definitely am, and this is a flat roll, so woo. Ooh, that is a 9, but may I spend team selfishly?
You certainly can. Now, I think this is one of the first times we've spent team selfishly as a team. And as a delinquent, I know you probably have a move you want to play here, but just to remind people, the team can spend, you can spend team selfishly. And when you act selfishly, say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates. You remove one team from the pool and shift one label up and down.
I think this teleportation takes away a few of like, or at least like it takes away the Gymkata pommel horse in the middle of or nearest Madame Boncho. It teleports everything out. But like he's depowering and maybe it also fluctuates the power grid. Like it's a massive psionic explosion, so it's sort of screwing with the other's powers.
Oh, again, I think yes, that sounds cool. It's so overpowering. This extended the psychic powers up to teleport all these figures away. It's disorientating on everyone else, and we'll cut back
Shifting,
to
freak up and mundane down.
We'll cut back to hear Bobby B's response in a moment. But PopinJay, how are you feeling about your team's immensely cohesive action so far?
Actually, it all seems to be going very positive. I don't think I register the overpower. That just
Okay.
seems like great. We did it really well, and I think I'm planning to be defensive, so I'm distracting Madame Bancho from being able to do anything to the witnesses, and putting myself in a situation so I could do a savior defend somebody kind of thing. And I'm not sure that and then we'll come together for taking her out once we get the immediate. Are all the hostages gone, or was it just the surrounding people?
The ones surrounding. There are a couple more in different locations that you're pretty sure of, and there are some close to Bancho herself.
So the ones near Bancho herself definitely are still okay.
Yeah. So what are you trying to do as a move there, PopinJay, as you close in on Bancho?
I'm not sure what move I can use, but I want to create an opening for someone else to be able to get the
Provoke her maybe to focus on you.
Okay.
Exactly. So one of the things you can do in provoke is you can create. Yeah, well, you can provoke or you can directly engage a threat, because one of the options from directly engage a threat is create an opportunity for your allies. So either will be appropriate depending if you want to do it in a more verbal or physical style.
I think more of a physical style rather than a Spider-Man quipping insult. It's more that I'm coming in and firing blasts like in her face and making myself an extremely obvious and aggravating target. And so I'm trying to draw her to come at me.
Okay. So let's roll your directly engage a threat.
No, so that's not doing the provoke roll.
Are you doing never give up, never surrender to directly engage with Savior?
Oh yeah, I could do that. All right. So that's an 11 because
Okay.
I have a savior of 3 and +1 forward due to captain.
Cool. So this is this is one of the legacies moves where you get to use one of the other labels instead of the danger for the normal one, but that means that you are able to choose on a full hit. You're able to choose 2 from the list. What are you choosing? The direct engage a threat move. Resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
So I'm gonna create an opportunity for my allies, and by drawing her attention, and take something from them. Uh, can I take her guard um, of the hostages away?
Yeah,
If I
so
target her
if you
spell.
come in, for instance, if you came in flying hard and knocked her off the rooftop, she's no longer close enough to put those hostages in threat, right? So that's a sort of description that we're looking for there. As you
Yeah.
do that, and as you go flying off the rooftop with her, that means there's an opportunity for someone as well. However, you didn't choose to resist or avoid their blows. So Monon Boncho is one of the most fearsome martial artists in the world. So just impact one finger into your forehead. I'd like you to take a powerful blow. However, she has got a move, which is a move like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So you're going to need to add +1 onto whatever your outcome is from your take a powerful blow.
And so I have the move never give up, never surrender.
Oh, so she can't do a powerful blow, but she's actually right. She can't. But she will still hit you. So you'll
Oh no,
just
she
take.
can do that. She just
She can
can't.
do
He
it.
can't impress or dismay her.
Oh, is that correct? I just read the reading.
All right. The other one, no, he's doing is he can resist her blows with Savior because it's really dangerous instead of taking a powerful blow.
Hold on, I'm just finding the move.
Instead of the basic move, roll plus savior. On a hit, you stand strong and choose one. So are you saying that that's not actually, since I'm not
Hold on.
actually using the basic move, that negates her move?
No, no, no. I was thinking of the. I thought it was a different move you were referring to. I forgot you had that one. Sorry.
You're using which one are you pulled? Never give up. Did you use fight the good fight or never give up, never surrender?
No, I said never give up, never surrender, because that relates to taking a powerful blow.
Cool.
And that's um, I roll
Yeah.
plus savior instead of.
Cool. So in that instance, her move would still count. It'll take -1 off your roll instead, rather than a +1, right?
Okay.
So what did you? Yeah. So never get Mr. Rolling with Survivor.
Ooh, that's not. So that's an 11.
So -1 off it puts it to a 10, but that's a hard hit. On a hit, you stand strong and choose one. So you choose one from the list.
So I'm gonna rally from the hit and inspire the team and add one to the pool.
Describe what that looks like.
Um, I knock Madame Bancho off of the roof, and we go tumbling through the air together. And in front of everybody, she cackles and hits me with that signature blow in the forehead of hers. And I just shake it off. And you're gonna have to do better than that. and crack her one across the jaw. And
Awesome. So let's cut to Bobby B. And let's see how Bobby reacted to your setup signature moves. Now going to be a hell of a lot harder because the kit that you put in place, ready to move with, had gone.
I don't think there's a move that does what I'm thinking, actually.
You can
Just describe what you're trying to do, and then I'll help you choose a move. So don't worry about choosing the
It's
move, just describe the fiction.
sort of the opposite. I think that Bobby's not confident enough with his phasing, and if his kit's not there, he doesn't know what to do and he freezes.
Okay. Well, it sounds to me like Bobby's being insecure.
Yeah.
Or afraid.
He's failed at everything he's tried to do for the last long while, and
that fight with Simonti took more out of Bobby than people realized. So I'll mark either insecure or afraid, whichever you think is most appropriate. As we see this scene of poor Bobby and their usual brashness isolated from the rest of the team.
It's partly fracking cloudy.
Yep. Sorry, the cat hit my watch.
Damn you,
with his
supervillain
nose.
cat. Let's go to Tank.
Yeah, so I think I think in the panel you see, like, again, the headshot of Tank inside his mask, or Carlos inside his mask, and you can see him gritting his teeth from this frustration at having to have Glitch help him, and he looks at, like, his little sit rep report map in the corner of his vision, and it shows where all the hostages are, and then he looks back at this fight that's happening in front of him, and then he just roars and charges straight toward Madame Bancho as she's grappling with PopinJay.
Okay, so you have an opportunity, and that means I'll give you +1 forward onto this roll. Bancho's back to you because she's just been socked the sucker punch by PopinJay. What does Tank do?
So Bancho has been sort of pushed off PopinJay already?
But PopinJay resisted the move, socked Bancho, so she's a little off kilter, giving you an opportunity. And I say +1 forward as the team is re-rallied.
Okay, so he's like racing toward her, and as he gets close enough, within 20 yards or so, these little jets ignite at his back and just pile drive him straight forward into her. So he's just going to basically bum rush her.
Sounds like you are directly engaging a threat.
Yep. And his mentor move is venting frustration. So when he directly engages while angry, he rolls + mundane.
Okay, so you're establishing the label for Silver Sentinel.
Yeah.
So what does Silver Sentinel embody and deny then?
Embodies savior, denies mundane.
Okay. Okay.
That cool?
That's cool with me.
Okay, so with that +1 forward, that's going to be an 8.
Excellent. So on an 8, on a directly engaged threat, you will mark a condition on them. We've already got 1 condition marked on her. She's damn angry, but is now feeling insecure that she's just been overwhelmed by you kids. But what are you going to do? What are you choosing on her response to you? Choose one from the directly engaged threat list.
So I think in the panel, like right as right as he's about to impact her, that like alert that he'd set for himself starts to flash where the location of the hostages are.
Sure.
And as he hits her, he's going to take something from her, and it's going to be the detonator.
Grand. Okay. So you snatch the detonator from her belt, hitting into her. But even though she was off her game as you attack from behind her, her moves are immense, and her skill incredible. And she sort of swooshes as you hit her, and the a chain wraps around your foot, swooshing you by your jets, and throws you through a nearby wall because you didn't resist or avoid their blows. So you are going to take a powerful blow.
Okay. Okay, roll plus conditions marked. Does that take effect before or after I clear angry?
Have you cleared it at this point?
Yeah, the venting frustration moves clears angry.
Cool. Then I'm happy that you've cleared it and you roll without it. So you roll in your current state.
Okay. So 10.
Ooh. On a 10 plus, choose one. You must remove yourself from the situation, flee or pass out. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or two options from the 7 to 9 list.
Oh, that's definitely got to be lose control of the powers in a terrible way, which I think
go for it.
I think would probably set off his infinite power, since he can do whatever he can pop up whatever ability he wants.
Well, let's go back and see what the outcome of that is as Tank loses that control in a moment. And let's see Glitch. Glitch, you now have the signal and the location of the remaining key hostages, which Tank was able to transmit to the team.
Yeah, I think so. Glitch sees that. He also sees how Bobby B has been affected with the kind of removal of the placed equipment, and I think Glitch is going to turn to Bobby B, and he remembers back to the time when Glitch had a time when he was very low, and Bobby B had kind of reached out to cheer him up, and he kind of sees this as like an opportunity to repay that act. And so Glitch turns to Bobby B, takes him by the hand, and says, points down down the road and says, Bobby B, you are awesome. You are awesomeness personified. I can improvise a gymnastics device down there. You see that those pieces of metal that are kind of off to the side of the road. I can do it for you. And I know where the hostages are. Let's go.
So it sounds like you're trying to comfort and support Bobby.
Yes.
So when you comfort and support, roll with mundane.
Which is not my strong suit. But we will see. I rolled an 11, which becomes a 10.
Whoa. So it's a hit. So does Bobby hear them and react to the encouragement?
Yeah, I think, Bobby will be like, you really think I could do it?
Bobby, you are the one.
Well, I think it's more like we are the team. But thanks. I really needed to hear that. And if you say it's time to get going, then let's get going.
Cool. So, Bobby, you can either mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels.
I would love to shift labels, but I think I should probably clear a condition since I don't roll so well as it is.
Cool. Glitch, because it was a 10 plus, you can also add a team to the pool or clear a condition on yourself.
Yeah, and I don't have a condition currently, so I'll add another team to the pool.
Yo, that team is creeping up big time and sits currently at 7. Papillon, once you teleport out, you teleport to safety with these holographic life forms who look around. Well, they're not. They look around outside the danger room grid for a second, and then the holograms sort of short. And we basically seem to be the androids that we saw in Dr. W's lab last time, separated from the danger room grid. All of them stop like statues, as if their wires have been cut in the pose that they were currently in. But what is Papillon doing at this point?
I think he barely sees it. Like, he teleports in, then like the ethereal wings spread again, fold around him, he's gone. But I think he sees PopinJay and Tank assailing Madame Boncho.
Mm-hmm.
But is Tank's powers screwing up this current location since he lost control of his powers?
Well, I think we need to cut back and let Tank frame that panel in the comic book. What do we see as Tank's powers go out of control?
Yeah, so I think Tank hits the wall basically of this building, and as soon as that impact occurs, all those targeting matrices like pop up in his vision again, and everything gets targeted. Sukeban, Boncho, the entire team, everybody gets targeted, and all of a sudden, like this little, are these two like little missile launchers pop up over his back and just erupt and shoot tiny rockets all through the air.
Ooh.
Okay, so that to me sounds like you are. I think that's going to be an unleash your powers, right? Because if these all hit, this is probably going to be quite damaging to the environment. So I'd like you to roll with Freak.
Freak? All right. What's my freak?
In fact, this is an outcome of the roll. I don't need you to roll. You've just narrated. Yeah, the missiles go everywhere. They sort of break down into shards, flying around, impacting into the Sukabon girls, sending them flying. Rooms and walls get hit. This has escalated pretty quickly. We are now standing in the middle of a full-on war zone. What does Papillon do?
I think it's like the missiles are like beginning to he's trying his best to summon a flock of psionic butterflies for each one to be hit by the missile. So I think he is desperately trying. He's definitely trying to defend at least his teammates. And
okay.
So let's roll with my worst stat. Oh, that's a 9. Oh, that's an 8.
That's still 7 to 9. 7 to 9. It cost you. So you expose yourself to dangerous situation, but you do successfully defend your team.
Can I spend a team to help and push it?
It's an 8, so no.
Well, he can, but I can then spend team selfishly myself.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that if you want to. Yeah. Or you have a move which allows team to double up, don't you? Oh, no, that's when
I do.
Spend it. That's when you spend it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we could go with the 8.
Yeah, the 8's fine with me too.
Cool. On 7 to 9, it costs you. Expose yourself danger, escalate the situation. So,
I'm exposing myself to danger.
one of you're so focused on putting the psychic defense up around everyone else, you leave yourself open, and you're going to take a powerful blow as one of the missiles hit you.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, so let's roll flat and hope for a low roll this time. Did that even change? There we go. Oh, that's a 3.
So describe, in the last moment as this missile's about to hit you, you stand strong.
I think like there is like the missile does impact near Jerry's feet, but like, you know, it explodes, the smoke is there, but as the smoke clears, like there is the larger butterfly than he's ever summoned, like twice the size of him, a Mothra style butterfly was just enfolding him and defending him. And I'm going to, for my option for defending, take influence over Bobby B, which I already had. So I'm going to shift Bobby B's labels with Savior up, Freak down.
Okay. Now, I'm going to suggest, Tank, that means that you have lost control of your powers, which means your nemesis, which is a nanite, is taking control of you, and you should mark up your doom track. That work for you, Stephen? Yep.
Sorry. I actually was going to ask, should I take 2 on my doom track? 1 for overexerting and 2 for...
I'm happy that you do that. That makes sense to me, yeah, for the overexert and the rest of it, because the powers, that's how we described your nemesis, is almost when you can't control your powers, it's a bad time for Tank. Look, as this goes off, you can hear over the comms, end simulation. And the holographics around the room shimmer off. You can see the damage of the androids and the physical sheeting in the room is sort of starting to pull itself away, moving itself back to its standard default position. And you can see the Titan looking down at you. And just before we close framing that scene, let's ask Glitch, what do you think Servo's take on this performance was?
I think, you know, Servo, she was focused on me, and I think she's a little disappointed in my my actions, right? She was hoping to see me kind of carrying on her previous advice about being a little bit more forward, a little bit more of a leader in the group, and instead kind of saw me kind of going back into that kind of support role, and kind of missing out on, you know, she would kind of, you know, she typically goes through these extended debriefs, and I know that this is like what's in store for me, an extended debrief where she kind of points out all the missed opportunities that Glitch had to kind of to take it to Madame Boncho, which probably would have avoided the whole, you know, Tank episode with like everything kind of becoming mayhem, right? It's like, you know, Glitch, you need to not hang back with your teammates, right? You need to kind of take it to the foe more forcefully.
Cool. So we'll have a follow-up one-to-one scene with each of the Titans in a minute, so that's cool, but let's keep these just tight. But Silver Sentinel looking down on Tank. What do we know that means that they didn't think this went well, Tank? How does Silver Sentinel show that?
I think Silver Sentinel just looks at him ice cold for a few minutes as he's like laying there laying on the floor basically with his armor sort of dissolving away from him. And she just looks at him for a few moments, icy cold, and then turns and walks away.
Cool. Bobby B, Dr. W, who was running the simulation and is now, he hasn't looked up. He's looking at the metrics from the sim and people's diagnostics. But how do you think Dr. W took the performance out there?
He probably wasn't thrilled with at least with me. I assume you're talking about like him as my mentor.
That's right.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think he was pleased that all the memorization for the like scanning for threats paid off. But it's like you can't rely on having memorized a bunch of things to look for and then not actually go into battle. So
cool. Okie dokie. So we'll have that debrief moment as well. PopinJay, Peregrine's. How do you think Peregrine has taken the your actions in this environment?
I think it's overall. I went. I took a more definitive leadership role, but it almost started bordering on like a little. It seemed like Laurie hounding a little bit there, because I was pulling all the attention to myself. But I think she was primarily concerned that we um, don't seem to have control over our powers, and that uh, we go from 0 to 11.
Cool. And Papillon, perhaps the most emotionally aware of all of them, Emperor Norton. What do you think they think about what has just happened here and the performance of the team?
I think for the team, he's disappointed in the way your cool aunt or uncle is. Like you know he still loves you, but it's not the best. But I think he's actually quite impressed with Papillon from the successful roles and successful actions.
So we hear Peregrine over the comms and the mic into the danger room saying, "Cool down and clean yourself up. Debrief in 1 hour." And what I think we'll do there actually is it's just come to 10 to the hour. So look, let's take a 5-minute break for whatever we need to do around caffeine or anything else, and I'll see you at 5 to the hour, and then we'll pick up in those debrief scenes. See you in 5.
So I think PopinJay goes in thinking that was great, and is really startled to see disappointed looks on a lot of the Titans' faces. And
No, I think this is a 1-to-1 with your mentor, right? So it's just
Oh, okay.
PopinJay and Peregrine. But I think Peregrine is sort of you can see the playback, and it's like from an above 360 view. And so PopinJay, what went wrong with Tank?
I don't know. I've never seen that before, or have I? That's not occurred before, right? As far as my character's seen, I should ask Tank, I guess.
Sorry, are you asking me a question? I didn't quite hear the end of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Was that the first time that something like that ever happened with Tank?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The first
Yeah,
time you
so-
guys have seen it anyway.
Okay. So yeah. I just say I'm sorry. I have no idea. I've never seen that happen before.
Cool.
But luckily, Papillon was there and prevented serious tragedy from occurring, even if it was in a simulation.
And then sort of she frames in on the start of the scene as you were sort of barking orders, and we see Bobby B assessing the situation and then putting in it said only B cubed took the time to understand the threat before engaging PopinJay. You started giving the instructions, but then off you went straight into battle. We're supposed to be leading the team. And I don't think you're doing a very good job. She's telling you who you are.
Okay, she's right. He his eyes get wide as he realizes that Peregrine is 100% correct, and so he takes it.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting your danger up and your savior down.
And are you actually marking it on the sheet?
I have. I've just marked it.
Okay. And does anything else happen?
She says, you've got potential. What you did well was you got Bancho away from the hostages. You managed to create an opening for your team. But I want you to think upon what you could have done better. And then she sort of puts her arm around you and says, this isn't easy. None of us got it right when we started either. But we're trying to make sure you don't make the mistakes that we made. I have got faith in you, Jacob.
He hugs her back with his arm and his wings, and just stays there for a minute. And I think
let's close it on that, and we flip the page into we flip it to see Tank and the Sentinel.
Yeah, so Tank looks like ashamed and embarrassed, and is clearly afraid, and is clearly like looking down at anything but the Sentinel.
He sort of he comes in. He pops a cup of coffee on the table next to you and sits down, takes off the helmet, and then lets a look at you and said, "You're struggling, Carlos. What happened? How did you manage to lose control there?"
I don't know. I was focusing so hard on keeping everybody safe, and it still didn't work.
Said, okay, start with the positives, Tank. You detected where the hostages were, and if the simulation had gone on, the next escalation would have been that one of Bancho's MOs is to put someone important to the team in jeopardy. Papillon was already leaked out of the scene, and out of the danger room at that point, and his brother would have been front and center. So what you did there was good. You managed to land a straight blow on someone like Bancho. She is not an easy target. Most people don't even make a hit. So let's deal with the positives. But that thing inside you, I'm concerned that it's gathering strength, Tank.
Tank just stares back straight, but like in the panel, the next panel zooms in, and there's like beads of sweat starting to form on his forehead.
I'm thinking perhaps we should take you off active duty, and you should stay here with the doctor for a while. I don't think you should be in the field. They're trying to tell you who you are.
Okay, he's going to resist that. And sorry, I always forget. How do you resist?
So it's a flat roll.
Okay.
to resist influence. I will say that the benefit of having that, and I didn't put just to make sure people are happy. Your Titan can never permanently lose influence over you, right? They can temporarily, but they will always regain it. Otherwise, it seems difficult for them to do
Okay.
that. So, all right, but you can lose it, but you'd lose it probably for eventually something should happen to bring it back. Okay, but that being the case, they are trying to tell someone who, after you're rejecting it, it's a flat roll.
I got a 6.
Boom. Unless you want to use something from the team pool selfishly, that means, unfortunately, their words hit you hard. And on a miss, their words hit you hard, mark a condition, and the GM will adjust your labels.
Yeah, I'm not going to use a. I think if anything, he feels more inclined to play well with the team at this point. So I'm not going to use one selfishly.
Okay, so I'm moving your danger up, and I'm moving your mundane down.
Okay, and I think I'm going to take the afraid condition. Actually, no, I'm going to take guilty. I think guilty is probably better.
Okay. Let's cut to B cubed with the doc. The doc, whilst having this conversation with you, though listening and present, is also still tinkering and doing something else. And go, well done on taking the initiative, Robert. It was good to see you detect that device. That means you've been studying hard. Well done.
Thanks, DW. He's switched from Dr. W to DW.
Those are my initials, so it's really confusing. But,
That's
yeah.
true.
But then the doc says, good. If you hadn't checked that out, then that would have escalated very seriously, very quickly. Even so, your lesson learned there, Bobby, Robert, is that you must always check what you're going into. Don't go off half-cocked. It's important that someone is doing that as a part of the team. But then you sort of zone out a little bit. What happened?
Well, I didn't really zone out. I mean, well, I don't usually. It's the vault thing. What happened at the vault? I don't want to be a liability to the team, you know? And if I can't control my powers, like maybe it's better if I just scope things out and then let the real superheroes go in. Glitch talked me up a bit, and I'm I want to train more. Like I think maybe I could do some good, but in that moment I just felt like, we had the heavy hitters already there, and they knew what was going on, and so I just wanted to stay out of the way, really. I don't know.
It addresses you in your full name with a stern look on his face. What does the B stand for? What is Bobby's surname?
Black.
Yes. It says, his hand said, Robert Black. I put you on this team for a reason. You are a hero. You're the only one of them who've got medals for leading teams and getting everyone to pull together. I have a belief in you, young man, that you don't seem to have in yourself. And I intend to do something about that. And they're telling you who you are.
I think I will not try to resist it. I might be surprised, but I'm hoping he's right. So I will accept his.
I'm gonna shift the labels, and I'm gonna put your freak to 0, and I'm gonna put your superior to 1.
I didn't know you had so much faith in me. I thought just, I phased into your office by accident and you had a cool suit and you were just really nice, probably.
Serendipity often brings the greatest breakthroughs, Robert, and I feel quite blessed that you have entered my life. The doc does the robot.
You're like the coolest professor. I don't actually know what you are, but you're the coolest. And thank you. And I'm going to try to live up to what you're saying. I don't know who your friend Sarah is. I had a friend named Sarah Dobery, so I don't know if I just was pronouncing it wrong, but the serendipity, if she's going to help bring it, I'll work with her too. I'll work with whoever and whatever you think will get me to be the Robert you want me to be or think I can be.
Sick, says the doc as we flip the page to Glitch. Glitch, when we see Servo, she's doing repairs to some of the robots that were damaged in the danger room scene. She points and says, "There's tools on the desk."
Yeah, so Glitch, it's hard to read Servo's emotional state, but Glitch has kind of picked up that when Servo is a little irritated, there's a high pitch wee, right? So that the comic artist would have like these little wee kind of indicators around Servo to kind of indicate, right?
Okay.
Servo's.
How do you think that went, Skippy?
So yeah, Skippy Glitch is kind of focusing in on the repairs and says, well, not as well as it could have. There's always room for improvement.
Give me a status report on what you think you did and what you could have done better.
And Glitch puts down his tools and turns to Servo and says, look, there's plenty I could have done to have made the simulation go better, but it was just a simulation. I knew that. And look, I had a team member who needed my help, and that was more important than handling the simulation. I knew it was a test, but Bobby needed some help.
The doctor and I have been doing some research on realities assimilation theory. Perhaps all of it is. I agree that you looked after your teammate when they needed you. That was good. That was correct. You were effectively fighting a teammate down. But Glitch, you're the heaviest hitter this team has. And I don't think you like letting that part of you out. Why didn't you engage Bancho?
I know I'm a heavy hitter, as you say, but look, I always have problems with these simulated games that we play. I can't look, I knew that there were things that I could have done that would have made the simulation more successful. Yeah, that's true. But look, I'm trying to show my team that I'm not just simply some gizmo, okay? I'm not simply some gadget that can go to it in situations. I already think they know that about me. I'm trying to show them that there are more aspects to me, that I can be important to the team in other ways too.
Interesting that is the image that you would cast yourself in. I agree. You are good at the heart of this team, Glitch. She's telling you who you are.
Well, and I think I'm gonna accept that, because I'm actually surprised that she's, you know, kind of she seems to be kind of maybe accepting of you know what I did when I thought I was expecting to get a complete dressing down. So you know, you see a close up of Glitch, you know, with a kind of puzzled look on his face.
So I've adjusted your labels. As a result of that, I put your freak down and your mundane up. Papillon, last but not least. Emperor Norton had invited you to the meeting at the roof of Titan Towers. Titan Tower, and I think actually the headquarters are in the docks offices, W Global, and he's on the roof, feet dangling over the edge of the skyscraper with a cigarette. As you come out and go, "Hey, Jerry."
I think Jerry. I think the first panel of Jerry is we see Emperor Norton with the cigarette, and then it panels over like directly to him, and Jerry's just like hanging with one, or standing with one foot over the edge and balancing on one leg. And since he's been with PopinJay and kind of been flying, he's not afraid of heights nearly as much as he was. Hey, that went in a direction, didn't it?
The first instinct was to get everyone out. Good. I think that's safe. But you didn't really pay as much attention to your impact of your actions as I would have expected of you.
I wanted to protect people. I don't know the limits of my powers. They're changing every time I use them. And like today, I was never able to make that before, and I just want to be useful to the team.
Whoa, that big muff, that was class, right? That was something I'd never seen before. And that's why we run the simulations, Jerry. We need to be able to be safe, to make sure that we understand the limitations of ourselves and our team. Take a moment to tell me, which of your team needed you most?
He stops and he thinks, there's a panel where he's thinking of PopinJay, a panel where he's thinking of Glitch, a panel where he's thinking of Bobby, and then I think Tank comes up. It's like, probably Carlos, I guess.
Do you think Carlos's struggle has finished with that simulation?
No, I think he's the only one on the team who's got it worse than I do.
Then, Jerry, why are you here talking to me rather than talking to Carlos? And you should know better. And he's telling you who you are.
Oh, not in a way I like. I'm going to have to reject that. And luckily, I don't care what you think, so I get +2 to this.
Uh-oh.
That is an 11.
Boom. So you are rejecting someone influence on a 10+. You get to choose 2 from the list.
I'm going to shift my own labels after this, but I'm also going to mark potential by immediately proving them wrong. And I think
How do we do that?
he jumps back off the ledge and he just glares like, we spend all the time going over files, discovering what's wrong with people, figuring out what's the matter with villains. You tell the people of A-Town about me and what I should do with different lives, and now you're telling me to not follow your instructions? Why can't you just be succinct and rational for once? I'm doing my best, and I'm doing it well. Thank me for it.
Smiles and says, "Thank you for all you do. I apologize. Sometimes I get people wrong."
No, you don't. That's why I'm worried. You're a better judge of character than anyone, and I'm trying to get that. But you know what? You're right. I shouldn't be here. Have a good day. I love you, platonically. And he teleports away with those wings.
Cool.
And I shifted a savior up and danger down.
So, let's bring all of the team together with all of the Titans in the briefing room. This room is sort of set up, and there's information and monitors, a few tributes and trophies on the walls, but it's a big table. You've been in here before, and like the Titans are in the seats when they ask you to come in and take a seat. How do people? In fact, I'll do that in a minute. Let's frame that back. Let's maybe rewind that, and I'll let you see if there's any scenes that the characters want to pick up at this point. Anyone want to go and talk to anyone?
I would like to talk to Carlos if possible.
Mm-hmm.
If Papillon teleported, thinking of Carlos, where would he turn up? Or near Carlos, I suppose.
Well, where's Carlos at this point?
Yeah. You're muted. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's got to be some kind of a balcony. There's got to be some kind of like balcony in the Titans headquarters that looks out over the city.
Yeah, I bet it's I think I've gone down 2 floors and he teleports in and he just looks over the balcony. Seriously? Again? I'm sorry. Not what I meant to say. Are you okay? That looked, well, impressive, but kind of, no, I'm going to stick with impressive.
I guess the question is, are you guys okay, since I just tried to shoot everybody?
Dude, I summoned Mothra. I'm stellar. You awoke something in me that I didn't know I had. You're like Pandora. You're dangerous, but I think he's getting close and not romantically close, but just kind of chucks Carlos on the chin. No matter how dangerous you are, there's always hope.
Man, thanks for having my back. I appreciate you you fixing my mistakes.
Dude, if I had people to fix my mistakes, do you think I'd be in this situation? I've got your back. I got everyone's back. I'm here to look out for everyone if I can.
You think everyone else is mad at me?
If I'm not mad at you, and I'm the one with the shortest temper, I think the rest are pretty chill.
I hope so, man. And I think at that point, unless you're trying to trigger a move or something, I think at that point, Carlos would turn and try to go back to the common area, break room, to see everybody else.
I'm comforting and supporting you.
Okay.
So let's see how this goes. My luck barely continues. That is a 7.
So, Owen, that's still a hit. If they hear you, they mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels if they open up to you.
Yeah, I definitely think he hears him. Yeah, I think in terms of opening up, what Carlos is really concerned about is that everybody is mad at him. So
I think he opened up in that conversation of, being sad he was so dangerous and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, they mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels. Yeah, I think so. I think he'll mark potential.
Mm-hmm.
And can we? I'm good with cut and scene, and
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I think we drew that to close. Anyone else want a scene with anyone else at this point? Or the Titans call you back in?
I think Glitch would like a scene with Bobby B. And if I was going to frame it, maybe we're in headquarters. Bobby B is working some of those moves, and Glitch is kind of looking at the moves with a kind of curiosity, but stops Bobby B at some point and says, "Bobby B, I've got to ask you. I've got to ask you something that's well, it's kind of bothering me."
What's wrong, bitch?
And Glitch is kind of nervous and takes out his little cell phone screen and shows you some pictures of Tank. These are pictures of Tank during the simulation, right? During the time that Glitch was giving him this advice about where to release his pulse, and you see it's close-ups of the face of Tank and the kind of anger that is clearly getting kind of triggered there. And he says, "Look, I was trying to help Tank out, and I think I misfired. I can't understand. I have a hard time understanding reactions I get sometimes. This doesn't look good, though."
Well, the reaction you got from me was you helped pull me back to the team. So I don't think you should discount the good that you do. Whatever's going on with Tank, we'll help him get through it as a team. But it's not your fault. I don't think it's his fault. I think we're all learning. But
Yeah.
if you think that the words that you speak to people are going the wrong way, then I think you're too hard on yourself.
Well,
you were trying to help.
Okay, I was trying to help, but look, you saw what happened with Tank later on, and I just can't help but think that, I was the spark that ignited that explosion.
I mean, if you talked to Tank about it, we don't know what would have happened if you hadn't talked to him. Maybe his powers are just kind of misfiring. I know mine do that. It gets weird.
Yeah.
So we've taken on a lot, I mean, we're totally awesome, obviously. But we're kind of also just kids. And we're trying to take on the world. And that sounds cool in songs and stuff, but in real life, it's really hard. At least I think it is. And I'm grateful you're on the team helping talk me up. And I have no doubt that we can do the same thing for Tank. And eventually, nobody's going to remember this day or the day. They're going to just remember that we were the team that went in and saved the world. But maybe we got some work to do between now and then. And that's okay, I think.
Yeah, and I think Glitch, he smiles, and these pictures that he's shown you that have been weighing on him, you see him just hitting delete on those pictures to take them off, and walks away, kind of obviously feeling better.
Oh, I would suggest that probably both of you hit team moves there, and it may have been the case for Tank and Papillon as well. So do deal with that. PopinJay, anything you want to do before we frame the next scene with the Titans?
I wanted to ask if Papillon wants to do our scene together, or is that? Did you want to wait till after the
We can do a quick scene if you'd like. Yeah, before the briefing.
Okay.
I want to leave it. Where would Papillon find you? Because I think he's the one teleporting about right now.
Probably sitting on the roof somewhere of the tower.
Yeah. So I think Papillon teleports back to the roof, and you just like there's just I think PopinJay is like looking out over the roof. Jerry pops up behind him, looks at where he is, sees that Emperor Norton's not there, just looks up at the sky, kind of eye rolls, but walks forward. And I think he carefully hugs PopinJay from behind, being careful with the wings, and just I think you feel him falling into you as he finally submits to the psionic strain.
I think PopinJay grabs hold of your arms and flies off the roof. Because thinking this is a really heavily monitored building that we're in, and where actually in the world is our city?
Probably like just East Coast America, I think is like the general location, kind of a New Yorkish city.
Yeah.
Is that okay? I think we fly to like a remote, like maybe a dam, like to the top of the dam, and there's a spot up there where the roar of the water isn't so overpowering, so we could actually hear each other. And PopinJay starts gushing about how amazing you were in the simulation.
And I think Jerry is smiling, but like by the time you get like the third paragraph in the gushing, he begins to cry. Like just sort of like silently. He's still smiling, but it's like a few tears. And then like he finally just sort of breaks, like, I don't know if I can keep this up. You're from this lineage of amazing people, and
I'm not there yet, and I keep stumbling.
no, but why do you like me? I'm not special. I'm just powered.
You're not special. Did you see that display that happened today? I mean, you saved everyone twice.
And I think he just sort of like go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair or honest to say that you're not special. I think I'm telling you who you are.
Ooh, I'm listening. Tell me who I am.
I think I'm gonna raise Superior up and
Danger down.
Danger. Okay.
Frequent danger. Yeah, I can see either.
Because what would make you feel more alone? I think freak would.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
lower
So
the.
I want a lower freak because you don't feel so much of an outsider.
I think Papillon, like again, like this time falls into your arms and but is again smiling. The tears are slowing down. It's like a few people tell me that I'm special, tell me that I'm different, but I believe you mean it. And I think like there's like this full page, like a panel, like the final page of this scene is like the full page with them actually kissing, and like the final like little corner is just the wings folding over to hug Papillon.
Okay. Cool. I gotta. I think that's the end of the scene for sure.
Cool. So let's reframe back at say in the briefing room of Titan's headquarters, where they've asked you all to attend for a debrief. Anyone not turning up? I'll take silence as consent. So they're in their seats. And Peregrine sort of gestures for everyone to take their seats when you come in, and is going to lead the debrief. Said, all in all, Vanguard, where you had troubles, let's call that a scraping passing grade. If you engaged Cymarchy, that's why we've got to put you through this. Some of our nemesis will have you on their radar. You've got to be ready and prepared as a team if you're going to face them. We're always here to help you, but we can't be everywhere at once. And ultimately, the aim of this team coming together is to share the load to defend Union City. Is that something that you still want? And she looks at everyone in the room.
I think Papillon is looking around, and this is Peregrine, right?
Yeah.
And I think he stands up from his chair. He's still kind of woozy from the psionic strain, but PopinJay was flying around. It's like, I don't know you very well, Peregrine. Emperor Norton has said some things about you. So you may not mean that much to me, but I would follow your nephew. I don't even believe in hell, but I'd follow him there.
The bond between the two of you is very strong, Papillon, and that will undoubtedly help you both in the future. It's good to have someone you care about. Make sure it doesn't become a weakness at the same time. Sentinel speaks. She hasn't got a helmet on. What does she look like without her helmet, Tank?
She's got like very, very short bone white hair and really bright blue eyes, very austere kind of features.
Says, Tank, I'm going to take back my recommendation that you should step aside. Emperor Norton made a very heated argument that the best place for you is on this team. It's clear that Papillon is helping you to control things. As long as you're happy to remain in the field, then remain part of this team.
Tank like nods anxiously.
It's a thin smile. It's as close to emotional support that Sentinel tends to give. And then Peregrine looks to Bobby B and then crosses eyes to PopinJay and back. PopinJay, you have a tendency to leap before you look. You're going to be a great hero, but it is the findings of this team and our recommendation that actually we think that the person who's going to bring you together and unite you as a crew, we think you should step down from the leadership role, at least temporarily. And we'd like to suggest that B Cubed takes the seat of leadership among your team.
Okay.
Wait. What? Me? What?
Woo! You go!
I mean, my crew is everything. You guys are everything to me, but PopinJay is doing a great job. I don't think he needs to step down. I mean, I'm happy to take the lead if somebody. Oh, I'm a little bit overwhelmed.
No, dude, this is so cool. I mean, we all need training in different areas. You can excel at this if you put your mind to it, I'm sure.
Servo speaks and says, this is just a question of probabilities. Peregrine has been trained to stand and act alone, while Bobby B, you have trained yourself and others to stand together. It is only logical that you lead this team at this moment in time.
Well, then that's an honor. This is like the best team, the best crew anyone could ask for. So thank you. I don't have like anything else.
Need your,
thanks.
I think Emperor Norton said, this is going to need your unswerving attention, B-boy.
Well, I try very hard to do everything I can. I don't have the best attention span, but I'm really trying. Like memorizing all those things, that took me a long time, but I don't mind.
It was impressive, says Sentinel. And that's why I think it's time for you to have a chance at defining the agenda for the Vanguard. Congratulations.
Thank you. A lot. All of you. Everybody. Thank you.
Papillon creates a small celebratory cloud of Luna moths from his psionic powers.
Those are dope, Jerry.
Let's draw this scene to a conclusion with a few revelations as the next day or two passes. But as the scene concludes and Bobby takes out their phone and checks this, you note that you're late for dance training, and you got messages from your team going, "Yo, Bobby, where you at?"
I'm gonna assume there's like a group chat.
Yeah.
So I'm just running late to dance practice. What's up, guys?
Going, we need you, Bobby. Where you at right now? We got training. We got to sort out Tina T. We ain't taking that sort of smackdown that she gave us. You better be here quick.
Oh, that team's texting me.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I mixed up who was texting me. I was like,
your dance crew, your mundane life.
Right. Yeah.
Now creeping in.
Yeah. I'll be there really soon. I'm sorry I'm late, but get started and I'll be there, and Tina T's got no chance. I'm not even worried. That's why she was scoping us out. Gotta go, can't type while running.
Cool. You want to lift? I'll let you frame that if you want to in a moment. Glitch. You also have someone who's tried to connect and contact through to you on one of your secure servers. And it says, nice attempt at a hack job into my camera, Glitch, but perhaps we should talk. I've got some info for you, and the message is delivered from Juanita Sanchez, the investigative style reporter for Champion News Network.
So glitch messages back. This is a message that
Yeah,
she
yeah.
sent. So glitch immediately messages back. Information ? Oh, can you elaborate?
Best in person. It says, let's meet ?
And says, okay, how about at Mrs. Kim's?
Sure. 11 p.m.
And Glitch says, I'll be there.
Awesome. So let's cut to those two scenes. Are you going alone to that scene, Glitch, or are you taking anyone with you?
Well, I'm imagining. Okay. Yeah, I think I would probably seek some advice from one of my team members. Normally, I think I'd go to Bobby B, but with this type of thing, I actually think I would ask Papillon what he thought about this before I go. Just say, look, Juanita's gotten in touch with me, and I could show the text messages. I have no idea what this is about.
He holds up his like one finger, pulls out this piece of paper, scribbles a few things down, and hands you these 5 comments. You tell her, number 1, no comment. Number 2, I do not remember clearly. Number 3, ask the Titans. Number 4, ask Servo directly. Number 5, I am a minor. This cannot be on the record. Like, follow these and you'll be fine.
Okay, and you see, Glitch kind of processing that, and he says, "Got it. All right, yes, but I gotta at least go and see what information she has to share." So
don't share anything more than what you're willing to. Don't share more than what you're willing to get from her.
Got it. Yeah, and Glitch kind of is running through these 5 principles of Papillon as makes his way down to.
Before the scene ends, I think Papillon's like taps you on the shoulder. One thing before you go, and you turn around, and he just has his arms open, gives you like the quick 2-pat bro hug. It's like, you did awesome today. I have got to keep teleporting.
Excellent. Grand. So, Tank, I don't think we've seen enough of Vash yet. So let's go back to your junkyard where we see you and Vash. Again, let's sort of get that framing of what it looks like here, and what I suppose is the uncanniness that makes this your sanctum.
Yeah, so I think the weirdness is really the fact that there's all these like totally beaten down like old VW bugs and minivans and stuff like that, and then in the middle of them is this equally beat down alien mecha suit with this purple humanoid Vash, who's like, I think at the time Vash is actually like trying to grow a small garden just out of boredom, and because he's been there now for a while and is beginning to get slightly fascinated with what Earth has to offer. So, he's obsessing over the daisy, planted in a small patch outside this mecha cockpit.
They are extremely impressed by their little vegetable garden that they're growing, and seem to have an unexpected love of sunflowers. It's pretty fascinating. So it's amazing. I put in a seed this small, and look at it. It's nearly like a meter tall. These things are incredible. This planet is full of wonders, Carlos.
Do you really? Carlos kicks a couple of rocks out of his way and says, "Do you really feel like this is the best use of your time?"
Looks at you. What else should I be doing with my time, Tank? Says you're in a incredulous mood this afternoon.
Yeah. But I mean, you've got access to the entire wonders of the universe through that through the uplink on your suit. Why don't you look at some of that stuff instead of growing flowers?
Experiencing it is sometimes better than reading about it. I could look at pictures of alien worlds and places, or instead I could visit them. That's why we're here. Unfortunately, the conquest didn't go quite according to plan, and that's why I'm hiding out in a junkyard rather than ruling Belgium as its king. But
Carlos angstily sits back against the cockpit, just slumps down next to it, and says, "So you were a soldier, right? I mean, you've killed a lot of people."
Oh, yes. I suppose many, when it comes down to it.
And now you plant flowers.
There's an expression among your race: swords into plowshares. How good it would be to put down a weapon, and then looks at you and says, "But of course, that's why you keep me around, right?"
I guess it wasn't required reading.
Look, I did some looking at those blueprints from those gauntlets that your friend pulled apart. Shame we couldn't get our hands on them. They are flooded with nanites. And whoever has been working with them has been trying to change some of the underlying code. It's almost as if they're replicating on a slightly different pattern. Do you know who made them? Who made the modifications to those gauntlets?
I might be able to find out.
It's my supposition that they could almost be used as an antibody. Taken in the right moderation, they could help you control, and potentially, if we could do further modifications, even countermand what the base instructing of the nanites that are currently swarming around you. He takes out a scanner and reads you and goes, "Gosh, you've had a bad day, haven't you? Toxicity levels up 7%.
I don't want to talk about it."
Shrugs and says, "Well, that's your choice. You don't want to talk about flowers. You don't want to talk about this. You're being very mysterious, Carlos. I can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on."
Look, I know I'm here all the time, but I just don't have anyone else to talk to. So don't think we're friends just because I sit out here in a junkyard with you all the time.
What conditions have you got marked at the moment?
At the moment, he's got guilty and hopeless.
Cool. Said, understood. We're not friends. Still, that's my piece of advice. Figure out who's making those hacks. Maybe I can work with them and we can do something together. Maybe they'll be my friend instead. Tank? And go back to watering the garden.
Hey, stranger things have happened. hey, can you show me what you're doing over there? And I think Tank's going to start trying to help him with his flowers.
Cool.
And yeah, I think that's a good spot to cut.
Cool. Note in the chat there, I'm going to cut back to Glitch, and we'll come back to Papillon and Bobby soon. Glitch, it's later in the evening, and the team you've gone to Mrs. Kim's convenience store and cafe. She's expanded since we saw her a few weeks ago, because this is a famous hero location now, and you cleaned up the neighborhood. So she's got a couple of tables and chairs outside, and is serving tea, coffee, bubble tea, and Dr. Pepper. Nothing else, just Dr. Pepper. She likes Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, so I think this is probably like one of the places in the city that I feel most comfortable in after having cleaned it up. I occasionally stop by here, and so if I don't see Juanita when I step up, I'll just sit down at a table and I like Dr. Pepper, so I get some of that good stuff.
So she comes in a few minutes after you've sat down. She's got a wrap around her head and sunglasses on, even though it's like 11 at night, and sits down and says, I wasn't sure you were going to turn up. Normally when I ask superheroes to come and talk to me, they're a little reluctant. I appreciate it.
I don't know why they would be reluctant. And Glitch looks around at the night and says, and why are you wearing shades? What's that about?
I'm in disguise. And she goes, stupid. And she takes off the sunglasses and the headscarf and goes, says, look, I'm just trying to, and look, anyway, right. I've got this thing. There is something weird. There's something weird going down at, sorry, on my notes. Yeah, there's something weird going down at, why have I lost that corporation's name? The one that you set up in your notes.
Was it like Rethink Inc?
Yeah, Rethink Inc. Yeah, that's the one. And from what I can figure out, you might be connected in some way to Rethink Inc. or something going on there, right? These guys are forerunners in AI technology. They're in a race towards creating artificial intelligences to manage city infrastructures with Dr. W, right? But these guys, they've had a breakthrough, but I think there's something untoward going on there. Information to me suggests that maybe they're using this is going to sound really weird. I think they might be using alien technology. I think they may be breaking the bans on it, and they're experimenting on some of the things, taking from Helios's attack on the planet last year. I need someone to figure this out with me.
Look, are you sure about this? Look, I don't mean to insult you, but a lot of people who are outside of this kind of AI technology area, they kind of look in on it and think that there's something all weird and alien about stuff that's kind of going on, and don't realize it's just the advancement of technology. It's just so in some cases light years ahead of where people think the technology is.
So he sort of stands up and looks at you, throws down a file and says, yo, C-3PO, I came here trying to sort you out with some assistance. If this works for you, let's, contact me. I thought, anyway, and she sort of turns and starts walking away.
And Glitch says, Stop. Look, I didn't mean to offend you. Why don't you sit down and at least have a nice bottle of Dr. Pepper with me?
Mrs. Kim comes out and gives you Dr. Pepper and says, "Actually, I prefer a bubble tea."
Okay, Mrs. Kim, could you get my friend a bubble tea?
Yeah, and I think we'll find that Glitch is paying for these ones, right?
Sure. I can do that.
Says, "You're right. I don't understand everything about AI and tech. That's why I came to you out of all of the Vanguard. This has got to be like your gig. Couldn't get Servo to even pay attention to it. Too busy somewhere else. But this is important. I need your help to understand the science, and I need to try and figure out what's going on inside there. Can you help me? Will you help me?"
Yeah, I think what you do is you see Glitch opening up the file and probably is quite fascinated. And Glitch says, I'm glad you came to me. I'll contact you with what I find."
Awesome. I'm going to keep investigating. If I find any more, I'll let you know. And she takes a sip of the bubble tea in her eyes and says, "So, what is it that digital life forms do to kick back and relax?"
Glitch Glitch kind of looks back at her and says, "Well, this is what we do," and just kind of gestures towards her, the table, the Dr. Pepper. Says, "This is something I find kind of fun and relaxing. I don't know why you're asking. This is isn't this fun?"
She smiles and takes a sip of the bubble tea and goes, "Did Mrs. Kim put Dr. Pepper in my bubble tea?" And let's cut and close that scene down. There. So I think Papillon was giving Tina a teleport lift across town.
Bobby, but I want
Bobby.
if possible, I'd like to bring PopinJay to this dance off with Bobby B. If Bobby B is fine with that.
Yeah, well, I am. It's down for Pearl, I think.
We talked about how I thought it would be cool if you guys did some special effects in the background. So I'm down. I mean, you don't have to do them, but like you're certainly welcome to come if you wanted to do them.
Yeah, so I think like it's like the wibbly wobbly comic time, and we see like I think like the panel is like the person angrily texting Bobby B, and then looking like this glowing opening of the cocoon as we all appear right beside them, and it just looks back and that's when the text comes in, "I'll be there soon." And
Love it.
Could I make a change? Could I ask that PopinJay asks, could you teleport ahead and I'll let me fly there?
yes, that's fine.
Because there would be a side panel of PopinJay flying up really high and then yelling like a big wahoo, and he's streaking through the air doing somersaults and twists and getting like the weight of the universe was just taken off his shoulder, and it's like the best day of his life just happened today. He's just cheering and streaking through the air, and then we'll just fly up.
Cool. As we see you making your descent towards the training area where the rest of the team is, where Tina T's dance crew meet, we see you whooshing down and on a rooftop, we see a figure finishing a iced frappuccino. And then they take a straw, and as you're flying past, there's a moment where they go, poof, and ice flies out of the frappuccino and impacts into PopinJay's eye, sending them spiraling down. But let's cut to the dance scene.
Why would you do this to me? I'm so distracted and worried. But okay, I'm assuming Bobby didn't see that, so I'm
No,
gonna try
that's off camera. It's unfortunately, I think we're going to find that the PopinJay is going to have to fight all of Papillon's evil exes.
Oh God! Oh yay!
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But we get this moment where you arrive. Do you arrive into the dance hall or the sort of practice area in the teleport? Or do you arrive outside? Where do we arrive, Bobby?
I think the dance off is outside. Because I think the one we were talking about before was like the midnight dance off.
Yeah.
In a parking lot.
Yep.
So I think it's pretty much exactly as Jerry was describing it, with like before the text even reaches them, we like sort of just appear.
Cool. So are you? Help me frame the scene that you want. Are we at a practice with your team, or is this a showdown with Tina's crew outside the Super G?
We can have it be a showdown. That way, there aren't too many dance scenes. You know what I mean? But we get a good one in. Let's say we've been practicing hard, and the team has planned to moonwalk as our exit, as was suggested by Papillon, I think, last session. And I'm going to tell them before we go on that I think I have, we should still do the moonwalk exit, that will go like behind a van or something. But I'm going to be the last one, and I have a special move that I'm going to do right as we go out.
Cool.
I'll roll to do it, and hopefully it'll actually play off. But
we see Tina and their crew as you sort of arrive and appear. They're all in matching outfits. They've got t-shirts with sequins on and wearing double denim big white trainers. They are clearly going for the Run DMC look.
I mean, if you don't got the moves, you got to try to make up for it somehow.
She looks at you and goes, we thought we'd dress up old school, dance with you, give you a boost to your career like DMC did to Aerosmith.
Tina, just go with your team. We're not the Aerosmith to your Run DMC. We're not the anything to your anything other than the soon-to-be winners of your dance-off.
And I think like Papillon like comes up behind Bobby B, like does jazz hands, and a few psychic butterflies appear.
I don't, what's on the table then, Bobby? What are you and your crew and I going to dance over? It's just respect, or you going to put something on the table?
Oh, we've got a couple of routines just waiting to be unleashed. So what do you say each of us just does our thing? I think it'll be obvious who's the winner, but if you want, we can elect a few people on each side and trust them to be impartial.
Cool.
I trust my team to be honorable. Do you trust yours?
Guys, everyone knows when someone's won one of these contests. We don't need no judge. Let's go. And she sort of, one of the team put down an old school beatbox and presses a button. Do you want to do any moves before we get into the dance off?
Before we get into the dance off, I would like to do one during the dance off, but I don't think I need to do one beforehand.
Cool. So
first.
They're going to if they're going first. The first one, the first member or two members of Tina's crew come forward, and they're engaging in a pretty much synchronized break dance. It is bang on form, and it's super tight. It is super tight. So I'm going to ask you to react to that. What does your team do? Because it feels like you're about to go one down in the dance off.
So my plan is to use Suck It, Demishan. Because as far as I'm concerned, a dance off is about as dramatically under fire as you can get. Lots of drama there.
Sure.
Yeah, to directly engage their threat, as it were.
Cool. I was going to run this as if it was a fight. So yeah, do directly engage a threat.
Seriously?
Sorry?
I just...
Yeah,
this
Suck It
dice room,
Domination. Oh, yeah, go.
Oh, I can help
Like,
with team.
you
That'll
can't
give you
help,
no. You're doing it with Savior. So that's a 6.
but a 6 is still a fail.
No, I had 1 with the team. You got a 7 then. But I'm going to help by doing what we practice: psychic butterfly.
Savior, not... I was looking at Superior.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will help with the psychic butterflies in the background, making you look tight.
Awesome. Thank you. I really need to not lose this one.
Okay, so you're gonna get choose one from the options and directly engage a threat.
Yeah, I'd like to take something from them. And I'd like to take the win.
Tina T is a villain like any other in that respect. So she's got conditions you've got to take down. So you can't take the win, but you can take something from them.
Can PopinJay try to pierce Tina's mask?
I think he's distracted, but you can take her respect maybe, or the round.
Oh, I was just responding to the chat. Sorry.
Could impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition would be.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll impress them, and or take the spotlight. Any of the above.
Yeah, that's...
At this point, we have the upper hand in the battle, but it's not over. Whether it's spotlight or impress.
So, yeah, someone can... Yeah, PopinJay, you can pierce Tina's mask if you want. PopinJay, are you going to make that? Are you going to pierce the mask? Yes? No, you're right. I can't. So make a roll. Tell me what we got. You're muted, Marco. I can't.
Sorry.
You got a 5.
I rolled a 5.
Cool. Tina is inscrutable, but then you spot something at the back of her, tucked into her pants, and you're pretty sure she's packing heat. How does PopinJay react?
I think PopinJay goes over to Jerry and says, if she's got a weapon in there, are you able to teleport it? Because it looks like she's packing heat in her pants. If she pulls a weapon, do you think I'll try to get in the way of the shot if it goes off, but do you think you could teleport the weapon away?
I'd have to touch it, I think.
Okay.
So as you're reflecting on that, the second members of the team come up. This is a much more acrobatic number where they are doing backflips aplenty. How does Bobby's crew react?
We've got a number with all kinds of gymnastics. You think Bobby B has not trained his team? He's like a gymkata master. We're like relieved. They've basically just given us the upper hand as far as we're concerned.
Awesome. So yeah, so the team once again clash. So how do you want to react? Do you want to directly engage a threat, or are you trying to call them out maybe with something like provoke someone?
Which is the better move for a dance off? I think provoke.
Cool.
Like they thought they had this cool thing. They don't have any gym kata. Let's see what they have to say to this.
Cool. So
I could one time get a die that's above like a 2. That's an 11.
oh, so on 10 plus, the NPCs rise to the bait and do what you want.
I want them. I don't know what conditions Tina has or how many things are left to defeat her specifically, but I want her team to lose their confidence at this point, like to be like shaken up and nervous. Like if it's not enough to win the battle. Obviously, I'd like to win the battle, but if it's not enough, I'd like it to damage their ability to pull off their next number with confidence.
So that's cool. They're sort of like the Jim Carter moves are just too much for them, and they sort of pull back. Their confidence shattered into even just Tina and you to face together. But Tina sort of comes in and goes, "I ain't taking this," and she puts her hand to the back of her pants. Does Papillon or PopinJay want to react?
I want to overreact. I want to try and defend Bobby by tackling Tina.
Good.
Let's see how well this goes. That is a 10. And with my new bull move, I will hold 1 over Bobby B that I can spend to be there when he is in danger. But I think Papillon is making all these butterflies, then sees her reaching for the back, had heard about the gun, and just screams, "No!" And there's just like a stutter step as he's diving forward, teleports, and just like M. Bison psycho crushing her.
Cool. So this is a bit of an overreacted takedown of Tina T, right?
Yep.
So
I think I might do the same, but for Bobby B, and try to envelop Bobby B in my wings and tackle Bobby B.
okay, make it defend.
This dance off has gone whack, yo.
Seven plus Savior.
So this exposes yourself to danger or escalates the situation. Which would you like it to be?
Yeah, I'll take danger. I like danger.
Okay.
I was gonna say I would help, but I probably can't help with someone surprisingly tackling.
I think that's. I don't think that's fine. Let's just sort of leave it there for now. But I say we have your PopinJay wraps their wings around Bobby B. Papillon sends Tina T sprawling, and out of her back pocket comes like a portable smoke machine and some sort of fireworks, which are about to go off as part of a big dance routine. And you've just taken down and punched out an innocent girl.
Oh no.
Oh. And I think I'm gonna the page as a team pull those faces. The page turns around. The danger that was escalating is the clerk running the store with the cameras pointing out into the lot can't believe their luck. And tonight's news on Hero Network is the Vanguard take down local dance troupe. So the final,
and some of their own members.
and some of their own members, yeah.
Balanced.
Boom. The final panel of this issue is a full page where we see our mayor. We see the mayor. Agnes Stillworthy standing in front of City Hall, and there's a press conference. And she says, and it is with the help of Rethink Inc. we've been able to create effective power suppressors and trackers that will allow us to engage in an early release program for many of the individuals currently incarcerated at the ZIG. The ZIG is definitely overcrowded, and I and my new public support defender, ensuring that the rights of these individuals are upheld, will ensure that this city is safer. But we will be aiming for a city and a legal process of rehabilitation, not incarceration. And I invite my special advisor to talk more about this. And we see as the page turns and the issue closes, Diego Tran taking the mic. And then the final page of the issue, it is letters page. And this time, the letters page is being hosted by PopinJay, who's giving advice on romance and relationships. Let's do our end of session move. I'm going to go in reverse as I see you on the screen here. So I'm going to ask PopinJay first. Did you grow close to the team, grow into your own image, or grow away from the team?
Yeah, I think I grew into the team, and maybe until that last huge blunder, but we'll see what the fallout of that is.
Who made you feel welcome, and who did you grow closer to?
I think it's Papillon.
Okay.
But,
So Papillon, I believe, already has influence over you. So Papillon, would you like to shift the labels?
I'll shift the labels. I can do it silently while you keep going if you'd like.
Okie dokie. We'll just let us know at the end what that is. And are you going to give? Are you going to clear a condition or mark potential, PopinJay?
When I failed to pierce the mask, was I given a condition at that point?
No, just potential. The complication wasn't a condition I was giving you. It was the escalation that you missaw what went on.
And then I failed the defend roll as well, right? So I get potential for that as well.
Yeah.
And did I get a condition there, or that also?
You asked it to escalate into danger, so that's going to come out of the back of. No, maybe you should mark a condition that just right. As everything came to a conclusion. What was PopinJay thinking? Perhaps they were
maybe
guilty.
insecure or guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah, guilty.
Okay, Tank, how about you? Grow close to the team, own image, or grow away from the team?
Yeah, so I think Tank grew closer to the team, and it's. I don't think it's so much that it's going to be Bobby B. I don't think it's so much that Bobby B made him feel welcome, but that he feels a new sense of hope because Bobby B's such a hopeful individual anyway, and is now in charge. So he likes the direction that he thinks that Bobby B is going to take the team.
Does Bobby have influence over you?
Already does, yeah.
So, Bobby, you get to move Tank's labels. And are you going to mark potential or clear condition, Tank?
I think I'm going to clear hopeless.
Makes sense.
And if
Well-
you're amenable, I'd like to bring your superior up one and
Okay.
your mundane down one.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
On that one, Bobby, did you grow closer to the team? Your image of yourself will grow away from the team.
I definitely grew closer to the team.
Who specifically?
That's the problem. I'm like, oh, there are so many people who did really nice things for me in this episode. But I'm going to go with Glitch because we both shared vulnerable moments. But I feel that way about all of you. So, yeah, I'm going to say it was Glitch.
Okay. Awesome. Does Glitch already have influence over you?
I think so. Does everybody have influence over me? Tank doesn't for some reason, but I don't know why. I thought everybody did.
If they do, then Glitch gets to move your labels and you clear condition or mark potential.
You do get to move my labels, and I will clear my condition. I mean, I'm probably going to break something, but I hate negative things to roll, so I'm just going to clear.
Okay, and I'll go shift. I'm thinking for shifting the labels, we'll go. I'm thinking we'll go superior up and freak down.
Okay.
Cool. Bobby B. Sorry, not Bobby B. Tank. Sorry a minute. Let me try again. Papillon. I was looking at the character people then and not the Papillon. How do you feel?
Yeah, closer to the team. Definitely PopinJay with that damn scene. No pun intended.
Oh, nice.
So PopinJay definitely has influence for you, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. So they PopinJay about what labels you want to shift. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to ask Glitch, how does Glitch end this episode, this issue?
Well, I do think Glitch feels closer to the team. I think in terms of who made Glitch feel welcome, I think it would be either Papillon or Bobby B. But I'm thinking, maybe we'll say Papillon because I think maybe at the beginning of the next issue there would, or at the end of this one, there would be a panel where Glitch comes back to HQ feeling really good and goes to Papillon and said, oh, this was a great night for the team. Papillon, I did exactly what you told me to do and got some information from Juanita. So I know this was this will go down in our history as a terrific night for the team. Of course, completely oblivious to the fact that in some other part of town, things were falling apart.
So awesome. We'll pick that up we'll pick that up at the start in the next issue, because we've got a number of dangling threads we're going to go straight into scenes with next time.
And so with Pepion, do you have influence over me already?
I do. I have influence over everyone on the team.
Yeah, so you can shift my labels.
Okay, so that ends issue 3. We'll see people back for issue 4 next time.